Good evening, YouTube. Is the Intellectual Line Cook once again dropping you another video. Today we're going to have a discussion about the Karens and the result of cancel culture. Now, given the fact that all the Karens are making, with all these Karen videos we've been seeing lately, them spitting, making racist comments, and so, Lord behold, they're getting fired. They're getting kicked out of places where they stayed at, and some of them are even going to jail. It's a new day. The same way the Karens used to call the law on black people who were doing mundane things before the advent of the cell phone camera or the commonness of the cell phone camera to this day. See, back in those days, they could just call the law on you. You couldn't prove you otherwise. Even with proof, you had no proof that you didn't do anything, and you still suffered the consequences because of someone else's lie. Emmett Till, if you think about it, he was killed by a Karen. She made something out of nothing. These are the same kind of people who say, well, I want to talk to your manager. If you don't kiss their butt a certain kind of way, if you don't do it the right kind of way, they're the first ones that want to come to a manager and hoping that you will lose your job. And very often, that's exactly what happened. And Karen's got a kick out of that. If you couldn't pay your bills, or if you lost your car, you lost your house. A lot of those Karens, or if you went to jail, or got killed by the police, they got a kick out of that. What did you think Amy Cooper up in New York was trying to do to Christian Cooper? Remember, this bitch worked for Obama. That just lets you know. Liberals and conservatives are two wings of the same racist bird. The black intellectual community has been saying this for many years, and they weren't lying about that. And now that people are finally learning how to give the Karens a taste of their own medicine, conservatives are screaming, oh, it's cancel culture, it's cancel culture. Now, as if you know, Tucker Carlson is in the crosshairs, because he's been saying a little off-kilter stuff for years. And now that he faces the possibility of losing his job, there was a certain host on RT. To me, in my eyes, I think he's a suspected white supremacist. But he made this comment. It's like, well, it's too much cancel culture, and he took Tammy Duckworth to task. I said, no, he was being disrespectful. Remember, aren't we supposed to respect the vets? Isn't that what, when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, wasn't he being disrespectful? People wanted him canceled. Hey, Colin Kaepernick got canceled. But nobody complained about that because he had the nerve to have an opinion. Bill Cosby got canceled. Even before trial, even with very weak evidence. With people going back on their words on deals that you make in good faith. That's why we had the justice system the way we had it. You can't just sit there and say, oh, we're going to make this deal, and then when it's convenient, you get to run for office and reneging on that deal. That's not how none of that works. That's not how any of it works. But yet, Bill Cosby was canceled. Michael Jackson was getting canceled, and he, again, like I said in the previous video, he was found not guilty. And about that first 93 accuser, look, Michael Jackson settled not because he was guilty. Michael Jackson settled because he didn't want to have to fight two trials simultaneously. See, in California at the time, you can press a lawsuit before you can press criminal charges. So that meant he would have had to do simultaneous defenses. And one trial will immediately prejudice the jury of another trial, which is why he had to do what he did. And when the grand jury did all this evidence deliberating and all that, at the end of the day, not only there was not enough evidence to convict, there wasn't even enough evidence to indict. But Michael Jackson got canceled anyway. Even after death, with that fake fraudumentary coming out, isn't it ironic that they come out with that documentary? That they came out with the documentary just when the statute of limitations was up, when it come to where you can't be sued or anything like that. And there's no statute of limitations because attacking the dead. A dead man can't defend himself. If he was so bothered, he had all the time before Michael Jackson died. He could have did that. No, what it is, he was broke and he was wanting money, and you have a white media, the same one who's complaining about cancel culture now. Now all of a sudden, that the white women who are used to doing that, and very often white men, are finally paying the consequences for their racist words and racist actions. Somebody talk black to me. Can I get an amen? But so all these people who are complaining about this cancel culture, you're just mad because now finally we're weaponizing Facebook the same way the white woman, the racist white woman, weaponizes 911. See, the difference is now you're getting caught. You're not even the majority. The ones that we're seeing are just a minority of the ones that are actually happening. Remember, those are all people who just happen to have a camera rolling. But that's how rampant it is. But these Karens have no problem trying to cancel our jobs and eventually try to cancel our freedom, our livelihood. And for many, their ultimate goal is to have our lives canceled. What do you think Amy Cooper was wanting to do to Christian Cooper? She was trying to have him canceled. But the brother was so compromised because he don't want to lose access to a white zaddy. He's like, nope, I'm not testifying against her. What? See, that's that forgive bullshit. I'm not on that, though. And neither should any self-respecting black man. I don't care if you're gay or straight. You can't be on that. I'm sorry that there are consequences for actions. Just like you tell us, hey, you should have thought about that before you did what you did. Well, guess what? Those Karens should have thought about the consequences before they do what they did. Actions have consequences. Isn't that what you browbeat black people to believe? Well, guess what? Racist actions, racist thoughts should have a consequence. After all, you didn't mind having Jake Tapper, a liberal, like I said, two wings of the same racist bird, was him and his ADL buddies. I'm talking about, oh, he's an anti-Semite. Now, I watched the Farrakhan speech. I didn't hear a damn thing anti-Semitic about it. What it is, hit dogs will holler. I didn't hear anything anti-Semitic. But they had no problem browbeating Fox Soul into canceling Farrakhan. Or at least trying to cancel that man. Anyway, I just thought I'd talk about it. I'm the intellectual line cook, and I'm speaking. Oh, and by the way, if you like my content, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscribe button on the very right side of your screen. When you click subscribe, you'll see a bell. Click the bell again to be notified of all my videos. Anyway, I'm the intellectual line cook. I'll see you guys later.